This video is footage when Romas retired from the Young Marines. Let's do this.
You will salute, right? That point now, they're all grown up.
Yeah.
Now, first question was, can we call you Danny?
Yeah, because at his school when he graduated, they were like, oh, you don't have to call us by Miss Evans or the last name, just first name now.
I told him, I said, even my staff still calls me sir.
Yeah.
You still out of respect.
Call you dude.
No.
Detail! Out!
Order! Arms! Face forward! Parade! Rest!
Here we are, after a whole bunch of years. Retirements are one of the most difficult things that commanders have as a duty, and it's also one of the most pleasurable. Difficulty because we lose some valuable young Marines who have been working with us for a very long time, training many of you, and helping to move this unit forward. Over the last 5 or 6 years, Antelope Valley Young Marines has gained a tremendous reputation as one of the best units that's out here in California. We've stood out among the best. They've come to us for training leaders. There's always been talk about what we do and how we do it, and how fine our young Marines are. They talk about how we set the example at encampments, how squared away we are, how sharp we are, how we act, how we interact with adult volunteers. All of these things because of fine young Marines like these in front of me today that have given their time to train you, to develop you, and to strengthen you in your abilities of what you do as young Marines. That's the loss that I'm taking today, but I'm happy at the same time because they are moving forward on and with their careers. They will be doing things beyond themselves now, on their own, fully self-responsible for their actions and what they do from this point forward. I believe, along with those that have worked with them, their parents, their teachers, instructors, and those adult volunteers that I have here with me today, have touched their lives in one form or another at some point or another. And we hope that we've given you something to take with you, whether it's character, whether it's self-discipline, whether it's personal strength, knowing that you can accomplish anything you need to accomplish, knowing that work pays off. I hope these things will carry you through. My mom used to say that every mind is its own world. And I didn't always understand it, but as time came along, it kind of gave me a thought like this. It's almost like, because I'm a space guy, I like my Star Trek, not Star Wars, Star Trek guy. But it's like visiting a lot of those other planets. Every time you go to a new world, you learn something, you take something with you to them. Every time you meet a new mind, you're going to leave something. Maybe an impact, or they're going to leave an impact on you. One of the biggest things is that we meet so many people in our lives. But if you really narrow it down and start thinking, you will find that there are many people that made an impact, but nowhere near the amount you met. And it is my hope that as you get out there into the world, that you will make an impact on those people. As you move forward, you're going to have new leaders guiding you, and you're going to have new instructors teaching you. Take the time to learn. Be good at what you do. By your rank and the ribbons on your chest, you You already know you can accomplish many, many things. Show them what you're made of and make the Antelope Valley Young Marines proud. That's what I look forward to. And I look forward to hearing from you. I'm going to take a moment here to see if my adult volunteers have any words. Ms. Santalara. Oh, excuse me. You work on this. Come on in here.
What I want to say is I'm so glad to be here when we first started, be able to train you, and also be here for what you do. I'm so proud of you. So proud. Just very happy that I'm able to be here to see this, what you guys became. Thank you. Thank you for being part of my life and allowing me to be a part of yours.
They didn't have to cry. This is what?
I'll go next.
Okay.
So I already gave my individual speeches to every one of you. I just want to say, be great, be successful in life. Okay, you guys can do it. And then come visit us. I'm going to try my paper. And you know I won't. I've been allowed to watch you all grow from young kids to adults so square. And I can't think of a better honor. You all have touched my heart. I thank you for that. And yes, I want you to come back and visit. I plan on being graduation. I will be there.
I haven't known all of you as long as these adult volunteers. However, it has been my pleasure to actually volunteer, help out Antelope Valley at times, coming from another unit, working with you guys, seeing you guys grow. I know at times, coming from another unit, it seems like, okay, I was a little stern and whatnot. Some of you know more of that about me than others. But at the same token, I just hope that some of the things that, personal discussions, personal, things aside from the Young Marines, that I have helped you, showed you guys something and taken along with you. Aside from what you have learned here, you guys have become phenomenal young adults. And I do look forward to hearing from each and every single one of you on your future endeavors. And I know you're going to make all of us proud.
This is Montebello. Harrison.
I officially feel old because I've known most of you when you first started each in camp. I was taller than you when you first started. But I am very happy to see you retire. I feel positive that the world or our country is will be better because you guys will be in it as you start your new journey. And I just want you to know that we are proud that you persevered through all these years to stay in the Young Marine. Not all kids can survive it. I know too, you didn't get through it. But be strong. When you go into the adult world, there's a lot of craziness out there, but stick to your guns. Stand by your principles. And be happy.
Keith. Everybody with me. Keith! Keith! That's been your nickname for I don't know how long. Since I met you, you've always been my passive one, my quiet one. One thing though, dependability. When I've asked you to do things, you get them done. When I've thrown you into the fire, you've walked into it. And I really appreciate that. I know the strength you have within you. I don't know if it's all shyness or you're just hiding it from me until now. but I have been very, very pleased to have you in my unit. All right, so it's been a wonderful ride, and it is my hope that you're still doing nursing that we're looking for. It is my hope that I never meet you in the hospital. If I do, I plan to have a lot of fun with you. Just understand that. All right, congratulations, sir. Thank you. Oh, Mr. Dominguez, my pal, my buddy. Mr. Dominguez is my Speedy Gonzalez. You guys haven't figured it out yet. He was, I guess, my joker in a lot of ways. He knows how to have fun, and he always found the moment to have fun. Unfortunately, sometimes those moments were in the wrong place at the wrong time. But we've learned to master the difference, have we not? Yes, and he knows what he can get away with and what he can't now. I am very proud of you. You were gun-ho when you came here, and once we got some of those things flying in the right direction, then we started to take off. The Young Marines program, they know you. They know your name, right? Your promotion, the gunnery sergeant, came as meritorious from headquarters. That doesn't happen. So, somebody up in the ranks. All right, cool thing. You've been wonderful in what you've done. You've motivated my young Marines. I do hope you come back as often as you can. And then as soon as I know you're coming back, man, we're putting on sneakers and get the gold fastest tightened up really tight. And then you just run to that, sir. But I thank you for your work. You've been tremendous, and I'm just thrilled at where you progress. I had a little doubt about 2.5 years ago, but then, bam, off you went. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Mata, how are you, sir? Happiest can be to get out of here, right? No, I'm sad. Mr. Mata, from the first day, right? A little chubby cheek guy, about this tall. He hates being told that. One of the biggest things, you were always motivated, you always wanted to learn. The things I gave you to go learn and do, you did. You came back and you surprised me. I remember the cadences are one of the biggest things, one of the simpler things for us. And it's difficult for a lot of people to master, but you did it. Right? And you brought back some good stuff. Headquarters loves you, headquarters knows you, headquarters passes for you. There, and I've had emails going back and forth, there's that to see you go. Alright, so if I can back up town a couple of years, I'd love to have you a couple more years. You've been very, very good at what you do. And I want you to know that this silver tongue is only going to take you so far. Okay? Because he's always trying to con me, I don't know what. And the first thing he does is he gives me this little puppy smile. So you don't certainly get away with it. And more often than not, you do. Okay? But just take care with that, right? Because once you get out there, these military folks, they're going to go, I've seen many of these. Right? So, but it's been wonderful with the unit. We've got so many great things here. I'm glad Antrim County has had the privilege to have you here. Thank you, sir. Absolutely. This trans, how are you? You're doing good, okay. I want to start because for the trans, there were 3 of them, that came, and we always had a good time because they were trans and they all had the first initial M, right? So we had trans 1, trans 2, trans 3, and it's just, it caught and it stayed with us throughout all these years. One thing about this trans, when she gets focused on something, she drives on that. When she gets an attitude about something, it's a strong attitude. If she's unhappy, she will let you know. She never let me know verbally, but all it did was take a look. She gave me a sideways look, put me in my place, and that's okay. You learned that. You learned that. The trans excel, you excel quickly. Right? She is what we like to call like our pit bull, our double dog. When I asked her to get something done, boom, off she went, she took care of it. And that is a good quality because employers are going to love that. People you're going to work for, your teachers, they know that they're going to depend on you to get things done. And I was extremely pleased with all that you have done. You've carried this unit for a long time, sometimes on her own. She's had to, she stepped up, and she's worked with you guys. Right? I love her in basic recruit training, all of you guys for the most part, but her, and she gave her recruit a sideways look. I knew what was coming. And I was okay too, because that person probably needed that attention. So, as with these guys, we're going to miss you. I'm the person who miss you. You've done tremendous work here. I mean, you're really good at what you do, and I definitely wish you the best in all of you, in all of your endeavors. Absolutely. Thank you very much. I want to leave you with one last word as you guys are getting to this point now, and your life is changing. You're going to get new friends out there, and there's going to be party times. And I know we drive DER into your head, and I hope that there's always going to be some thought about that and the things you do. But remember that nasty little devil sneaks up on you slowly. And it takes one time to screw up your career. Right? So always be alert to that. I want you to have fun, and I want you to enjoy yourselves. But I want you to be alert and watch out for the dangers out there, as you know who the enemy is. All right? All right, so then we're going to start over. Nope, I gotta go over to this side. I'm gonna do this a little differently than I normally do. Actually, I've never done this before, but it's okay. We at least like to give you a memento. If you move on to another state or some other duty where you're not at home, when you come back, we're going to be hanging on the wall. As a reminder of the accomplishments that we had both the Marines and the Marine program. So ultimately here, it's a certificate of retirement to all. You shall see these presents. Greetings. Young Marine Staff Sergeant Marion Lex Key is hereby retired, having faithfully and honorably served in the Young Marines of the Marine Corps League for a period of 4 October 2013 to 5 June 2021, and this is given under my hand this 5th day of June 2021. I'm going to want pictures. She's walking around right now. Certificate of retirement. To all who shall see these presents, Young Marine Gunnery Sergeant Romas T. Dominguez is hereby retired, having faithfully and honorably served in the Young Marines of the Marine Corps League from the period 25 September 2016 to 5 June 2021, given under my hand this 5th day of June 2021. Certificate of retirement. Don't cry. Hold it back. Okay, sir. To all who shall see these presents, greetings. Young Marine Master Sergeant Sammy M. Mata is hereby retired, having faithfully and honorably served in the Young Marines of the Marine Corps League from the period 28 February 2015 to 5 June 2021, given under my hand this 5th day of June 2021. Well done, sir. Thank you.
Tear check.
Certificate of retirement. To all who shall see these presents, greetings. Young Marine Master Sergeant Marilyn Tran is hereby retired, having faithfully and honorably served in the Young Marines of the Marine Corps League for the period 13 June 2014 to 5 June 2021, given under my hand this 5th day of June 2021. Photographs, to stand by because I know they're coming.
You're good.
Bye-bye. Give me 3 for us.
We're on 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And to our young Marines, fall out.
Well, Romas, you did it. All these years in Young Marines, you graduated, retired, top honors, even from headquarters. I want to let you know, me and your mom, we're very, very proud of you. We love you. Congratulations, son. Now here we go, Romas. Let's show some pictures when you're growing up. Some funny moments. All right, roll it. Look how big that thing is.